Hi, I'm Lisa, an international transformation specialist, which means I help people break through patterns that keep them stuck and also break through limiting beliefs. So, for example, if you've ever looked around and thought, I should be farther by now, I want you to know this: you are not behind. And in this video, we're going to challenge the illusion of falling behind and explore how to reclaim your own sense of divine timing and rightness about where you are in life. So, what if you're not behind? What if you are exactly where you're supposed to be? As maybe unperfect as that looks or uncomfortable as it may be, what if this is exactly where you are supposed to be? And what if the timeline that you're comparing yourself to was never really yours, or it was imposed on you, or it began with somebody else? So let's talk about why trusting your own pace might be the most revolutionary thing you can do. Trusting yourself internally and the time clock that you have there. So, see if any of these patterns sound familiar or if you can relate to them. Perhaps you have the feeling that you're always trying to catch up, or you have pressure that you have to catch up, either to your peers or their expectations they have, or society has, or maybe you even yourself have own expectations, whatever they may be, personal or professional. But there's that, I got to get it done. I got to get it done. Everybody else is ahead, right? Or maybe you find yourself comparing your journey to other people's journeys online, for example. Google can be so daunting, right? You can see things from the whole world, and a lot of it's super inspirational. But then we can get down on ourselves and think, well, why haven't I accomplished that yet? Or I've had so many years to do XYZ and I haven't done what they've done, and they're younger, or they're quicker, or whatever it is. Maybe you feel ashamed of where you are in your life, even when you're growing, but you feel like you should be further. You aren't far enough. Or maybe you feel like you need to rush your decisions just to feel on time in your relationship, in a job, whatever it is. So often, when people have the concept of being behind or that they could fall behind, there's this deadline. There's an imaginary, and it is imaginary, timeline for success or for purpose or for fulfillment or being happy. And you say things like that. Your language expresses it. By this age, I should have, or by now, I should know, or you know, other people are farther. I'm the only one who hasn't, whatever it may be. And you may feel like you've missed your chance. So I'd like you to know, as real as those things feel, they're self created. And that's a good thing because that means that you can actually create different perspectives for yourself. And I'd like to give you some ideas on how to do that. So just try these on. First of all, there's no such thing as behind. There's no such thing as falling behind or catching up because there's no ultimate timeline or no perfect way of living this life. However, you are living, if you're aligned with your own truth and what feels right to you right now, and you can do that if you haven't done it yet, and you can get present with yourself, then you're right where you need to be. Then you're aligned. There is no behind. Yeah. And your soul has its own sacred rhythm. It's valid. You may have a sibling that grew up just the way you did, and they're in a completely different place. They've gone faster, they've done more in your mind, but they're not you. What you've done and how you've done it and the time you've taken to do it is perfect for you. It's actually sacred for your own evolution. So growth looks different for everyone. Some people bloom early, others bloom brilliantly but later, right? And some bloom gradually, right? Not in a big flourish of color, but slowly, a little at a time. So we all have our own way. Those are metaphors, obviously, but it's true. And the timeline that you are comparing yourself to actually is often cultural conditioning. It's not a truth, it's not an ultimate reality. It's what you've been told, yeah, that in your profession or for your gender or for your culture or for your age, it should be XYZ. Says who? And I can find you just as many examples online of things that prove that none of those standards are true, that you get to create your own. So know that internal transformation, internal growth, evolution, it takes time. It moves, right? We're always in progress. We're always evolving. And it often happens in silence or without big explosions or celebrations. We just wake up one morning and find out, wow, that's really different. I know when I've gone through, for example, grief, I lost my partner. I woke up one morning after such difficulty and I was like, wow, I feel peaceful now. I feel no grief this morning. Or in my business, when I've struggled and toiled and worked so hard, and then to wake up and one morning and find out, wow, I don't have to do that anymore. I have clients coming to me, right? So transformation takes time. Although we do the work, when we look inside, we'll find that our growth is constantly happening. We can't fall behind in our own growth, right? So trust your pace. Trust your pace, and that will give you that peace within. And it also gives you confidence because nobody can take that from you. When you trust what path you're on, man, you can own that and you can own it beautifully. So what might feel like a delay actually is preparing you for the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. So there is no end goal and there is no time frame. I'd like to offer that to you as consideration to guide you. So I'd like to give you something that you can do and take with you, and it's either a journal prompt or you can use it as a sticky note reminder, whatever works for you. Okay. So choose one area in your life where you have felt behind, whether it's in your career or in relationship or in your own personal purpose, and give yourself the opportunity to rewrite that narrative, right? So instead of what has been going on of I should be further, or I should have done more, or I should have been more evolved, whatever, say or write something like, I'm becoming exactly who I need to be, or exactly who I want to be in my own right timing, or some version of that, right? And you can use, as I said, sticky notes, put those around, or you can do it in your journal. And then you can also write down something that you're proud of about your journey so far. I've been able to overcome smoking, or I've been able to recreate my body at the gym, or um, I've healed an ailment that I've had, right? Something that you're proud about through your journey that you've done so far that's brought you to who you are today and where you are today. And let those things that you are proud of, that you feel good about, let those be the things that you focus on, not a random clock and timeline. So if this video gave you even a little bit of permission to stop comparing yourself and start trusting yourself, go ahead and like it and subscribe to the channel, and then share it with someone who feels like they're running out of time or they feel like they haven't accomplished enough according to a timeline. And if you'd like to walk with more peace on your path, more purpose, please check out the links below in the description for resources and support. I'm Lisa Steindorf. Be well.